and welcome to Ellen Ruth Soap. I'm Ellen, and today I'm making a custom batch of soap for my son and his wife. They love my soap. I'm so happy, and she wanted me to make her a special batch, and I said, come on down and pick out your scent and your color. So here's what she chose. She chose black, amber, and lavender from Wholesale Supplies Plus. This is a really beautiful fragrance. Let me read the scent description to you here. It says, a comforting and soothing blend of lavender, vanilla, and soft patchouli. Doesn't that sound nice? And I think it's unisex. It's just kind of warm and it's great. So that's the one she chose. It does have some vanillin, I think 6.8% vanillin. That's a good amount. This is going to have some discoloration. So I will be using a little titanium dioxide to kind of keep it on the lighter side because the color she chose, just the scent just sounded great. And she looked up on my color rack there and chose Hollywood Pink. Love this pink. It's beautiful. And so we're going to do the main body is going to just discolor, and then it'll have the pink swirl in there. And I said, well, what should we name this soap? And she said, Hollywood Handsome. So that's what we're doing today, Hollywood Handsome. And this fragrance is a really handsome scent, even though I think it's unisex, but it's handsome. So it's going to be a goat milk soap per request, and I'm going to do some piping on top, and I think I'll do a spoon swirl in there. We're just going to have some fun today with this soap. And so let me get everything pulled together, and let's come back and make some Hollywood Handsome soap. Okay, it's time for the soap additives, and so I'm going to be doing the milk in oil method here with my creamy farm fresh goat milk, and then add in the dry additives. And I like to get it blended up and just let it sit and absorb while I get the rest of the prep work done in the studio. I feel like it just helps everything sort of combine together. I don't know, it's just what works for me. So here is 2 tablespoons of colloidal oats. I get asked a lot where I get these containers. I got these at Dollar General. They're everywhere in Tennessee, like every street corner has a Dollar General, and they were $3.50. I looked these up on Amazon and they were like $19. Don't get them on Amazon. Find a Dollar General. They're just, it's called a dry storage container, and they came with the 2 tablespoon scoop inside. Pretty handy stuff. So 2 tablespoons of kale and clay. Anyway, that's where I got these handy containers. Let me get this blended in, and when it's all ready to go and the lye solution is cooled, we'll come back and get ready to go. Alright, it's time to move forward. I've got my lye solution all cooled off here, and I have my Hollywood Pink dispersed in a little distilled water down here to make blending easier. Got my fragrance off to the side because that's only going in a portion. I've got my TD ready, and I also have my piping bags off to the side. I have my Wilton 1M star tip to do the little diagonal thingy on the top. Everything's prepped and ready to go before I add the lye in here. And boy, that fragrance smells nice. So let's get this blended up to emulsion. And I've got my spoon with the long handle off to the side. I'm going to do a spoon swirl in this. Got my nice long handled spoon. So all the prep work's ready. Now it's time to just get blended and get this soap made. And you're going to see it caramelize up a little bit here, which is the lye reacting with the goat milk. But yeah, this fragrance does have a 6% vanillin, so it is going to discolor anyway. All right, it's the next day and the audio on my actual recording was super muzzy, so I'm doing a voiceover here, and what I'm showing you is this little soap flower that I had made with the extra piping was not under the blanket. It didn't go through gel phase, and I was just noting how light the color looks, and when I open the top on the soap loaf here, you're going to see a very big difference between non-gelled soap and gelled soap. Look how dark that is. Well, after the cure, they both turned out a very sort of chocolatey brown, toasty brown. They darkened quite a bit with the vanillin, but the gel phase sort of kicked it up and darkened it faster than the non-gel phase. But I thought it was fascinating, the difference. I do like to gel my soaps. It's just my personal preference. Some people do not like to gel milk soaps because, you know, you can see the colors. But at the end of the day, both of those soaps, the gelled and the non-gel, did succumb to the vanillin and discolor, but it's still beautiful. So anyway, there it is. Let's get on to getting this loaf cut. All right, we're back with the lovely Olga. Time to cut in here, and my little shaker bottle of titanium dioxide had a couple chunks in there, so those are little titanium dioxide spots. They don't hurt anything, but they're just not pretty. But anyway, TD is very important to mix thoroughly or you're going to get that. So just a word to the wise. And it's going to be really interesting to see how these cure out. I will try to postpone the editing on this soap so that I can get pictures for you all after the cure of those little flowers and these bars to see the gel versus the ungel after they have cured for a little bit and how the vanillin behaves and all of that good stuff, because, you know, it's always fun to see stuff like that. Talking about it is one thing, but a visual is really good. Oh, pretty swirls. So that's definitely going to darken up a little, but I think they smell amazing and I think they look Hollywood handsome. I love that she named it that. I'm loving it. Oh, look at that swirl. Pretty. And this fragrance did behave very nicely. So thumbs up on the behavior. We will remain to be TDA on the discoloration, but oh, I'm very happy. I think she's going to love these. I am loving the spoon swirl, by the way. Really happy with that. I'm going to be doing that more because I think it's really beautiful. It's a little different than a hanger swirl, a little bit more random, but quite beautiful. So we will be seeing more of that coming in the future. Okay, let's get into the next loaf. I love the little stars. Oh, there's my titanium dioxide spots. This side has a pretty swirl. So far, that's the only spots that I've seen, and I'm very thankful for that. So I'm just going to keep cutting these into bars, and I'm going to let them sit for a couple of hours and let the air surface sort of dry before I come in with my beveler, which is AKA my vegetable peeler, and my stamp, and get these all stamped up and on the curing rack, waiting to go to their new home. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I really appreciate all the comments and any interaction. I do read all of my comments. I don't always have time to answer them all, but I do read them all, and I just really appreciate you all taking the time to watch the videos and join me. And if you haven't hit that subscribe button, please consider hitting it so you don't miss anything going on in the soap studio. I hope you have a really wonderful day today.